The United States of America, the land of liberty, freedom, Hollywood, hot dogs, and guns. There are more guns than people in America, and now Americans can legally carry loaded handguns in public places. The Supreme Court has opened the doors for almost all law-abiding citizens to carry firearms for self-defense. The conservative majority of the court struck down a New York law that placed strict curbs on firearms outside homes. The decision renders the New York law an unconstitutional violation of the Second Amendment right to bear arms. The law, which was previously in place, required anyone wanting to carry a handgun in public to provide proper cause. The ruling will have profound implications on the 83 million people living in New York and 7 other states, including Washington, D.C., which have similar proper cause laws. Now, this 6-3 decision is expected to ultimately allow more people to legally carry guns on the streets of America's largest cities and elsewhere. The New York governor calling it reckless and reprehensible.
Today, the Supreme Court struck down a New York law that limits who can carry concealed weapons. Does everyone understand what a concealed weapon means? That you have no forewarning, that someone can hide a weapon on them and go into our subways, go into our grocery stores, like stores up in Buffalo, New York, where I'm from, go into a school in Parkland or Uvalde. This could place millions of New Yorkers in harm's way. And this is at a time when we're still mourning the loss of lives, as I just mentioned.
America's powerful gun lobby, the NRA, has welcomed the ruling with a tweet. In most of the United States, citizens do enjoy the right to carry their weapons in public, but New York had tightened the laws in 1913. A person had to apply for a license to carry concealed guns in public places and show proper cause and specific reason. Other states like California, Hawaii, New Jersey, Rhode Island have similar laws. Now, with the Supreme Court's decision now, all of these state laws are likely to be challenged. And this comes at a time when New Yorkers and Texans are still mourning the loss of lives in mass shooting incidents. Our correspondent Susan Tehrani has been tracking those developments. She's with us on the broadcast now from New York. Susan, first of all, tell us more about the implications of this judgment coming in from the Supreme Court and the reactions that have trickled in so far.
So, you know, as you mentioned, more than a dozen states across the United States, more states than none, already have this conceal carry weapon law. New York and a handful of other states have strict gun laws because usually laws regarding guns go back to the states. So while the Supreme Court did issue this ruling, states can go back and perhaps put some amendments on it. So the implications are that because New York just had very strict gun laws, you know, they're concerned right now and they're making statements that they are right now. The implications, we'll have to wait and see how they are, but not necessarily having conceal and carry gun laws does not necessarily equate to having high crime rates. That's something that, you know, poll after poll, it shows. It's interesting that despite the fact that, you know, New York does have very strict gun laws, is actually one of the high crime rate states across the United States. So, you know, this is going to be a very hot button topic issue, considering the fact that the Senate is about to pass legislation on a federal level regarding gun rights. And then, you know, you have the Supreme Court voting on this, not only regarding New York, but a handful of other states. So politically, it will definitely have a lot of implications, you know, come midterm and for a lot of Americans. But it just really shows the tapestry of opinions across the United States among people, even in blue states like New York.
Right. States like California, Hawaii, New Jersey, Rhode Island, to name a few, have similar laws. So now there is a strong possibility with this verdict that all of these state laws could be challenged.
Right. Yeah, there is. And you know, at the end of the day, it'll come down to whether or not voters want to vote for legislators that support these laws or not. But I think the Supreme Court really voted on this specific case that was regarding New York, that you would not need a probable cause to, if you are a lawful gun owner, you would not need a probable cause to carry a weapon. You know, that's something that I think it's embedded in the Second Amendment, and I think this is what these New Yorkers were fighting for. Illegal guns, again, that's another issue. That's something that really needs to be hammered on with and dealt with, and that is what really needs controlling. That's been a big challenge here in New York.
Right, we are leaving it there for the moment. Susan, thanks very much for joining us on the broadcast with those updates. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.